information, Stacey. They talk about the close relationship, wingman type relationship that Trump and Epstein had, which you've talked about when you talked about how they were best friends during the time that you knew them. This is a video I'm showing of from NBC that shows Trump and Epstein at a party in Mar-a-Lago. It's all the way back in 1992, an important year for you, Stacey, because that's the year you met Epstein. And what they're doing in that video is watching women on the dance floor, and Trump appears to say to Epstein, she's hot, referring to a woman. They're then pointing fingers. Now, in one of the emails that we have in the context of that video, Epstein says he gave Trump one of his girlfriends. He writes, my 20-year-old girlfriend in 93 that after 2 years I gave to Donald. Now, by the way, you met him in 1992. When you see that, though, in this email in black and white, I quote unquote gave to Donald, what's your reaction?
I mean, it screams about, the mindset of these men. The same two men who did what they did to me when Jeffrey Epstein walked me into Donald Trump's office to be groped by him. Clearly, we are these objects, these trophies, and it's deeply misogynistic. It's horrifying.
You did share disturbing details about that alleged incident in 1993. That's when you said Trump groped you in front of Epstein at Trump Tower, which you just referred to, Stacey. And you say that at the time, Epstein and Trump looked at each other when this happened to you, and they smiled. And that to you, in that moment, it felt like a weird and twisted game. And then you say Trump pursued you afterwards, sending you a postcard with a picture of Palm Beach, saying, Stacey, you're home away from home. Love, Donald. Mm-hmm. What did you mean, or what did that feel like when you say a weird, twisted game between the two?
So, I clearly was delivered there for the groping, and as I've mentioned before, I had shared with Jeffrey Epstein that I was somewhat combative with men in the fashion industry, photographers, men even on the streets who are inappropriate, and I would fight back. And Jeffrey also knew that I had model agents who would reprimand me for standing up to, inappropriate behavior with men. So I believe I was walked in there as a bit of a challenge because Donald Trump, was notorious for touching women and as he did to me in his office, and as he shared on the Access Hollywood tape in his own words, what he can get away with women. So I believe I was walked in there as a challenge. And when I froze and didn't respond, I think Jeffrey got very upset about it. He expected a fight. But they were very close friends. He was the only friend that Jeffrey spoke, the only male friend that he spoke about pretty consistently. They had a very close relationship, and it's just so maddening to me that Donald Trump ran on, cleaning up the swamp, and all his time and energy is being spent on covering up information about the biggest swamp monster who's ever existed.